So last week I had a question about group presentations and how to end them. So when you're doing the conclusion for a group presentation, it's actually not too difficult. So in this video, I'm going to talk about how to end a group presentation. Hey there, my name is Carl Kwan. If you've never visited my channel before, it's all about presentations, tips, tricks, and how-tos. You might also see some videos related to my business, which is called Kwan Multimedia. It's a video marketing agency here in Canada. But most of all, you're going to see videos about presentations, tips, tricks, and how-tos. So make sure you like and subscribe and hit that bell notification icon if you haven't already so you don't miss out on any future videos. Okay, so how do you actually end a group presentation? It's actually pretty simple. It's kind of like how you would end any other presentation by quickly summarizing what was discussed in your presentation. But with a group presentation, there's something a little bit different because of all the different people that are involved. So the first thing that I would do is I would have whoever was the last speaker, I would say that person should say something like, okay, so now we're going to give you a brief summary of what we talked about. Now each person should either come back on stage or in front or whatever at that point, and the person who spoke first would actually say, right, now what I talked about was blah, 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 or something like that. They could say, thank you very much, what we talked about was blah, blah, blah. They could also say something like, okay, so remember that at the beginning of the presentation, I talked to you about this and blah, 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 blah. Really quickly, just summarizing it. Really quickly as in one or two brief sentences, just to give an overall summary of what you discussed. The first person could simply just stop talking after they finish summarizing, and the second person could pick it up and say something like, and what I discussed with you was blah, 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 blah. The next person could then say blah, 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 and so on and so on. So until they are finished, until you're completely finished with summarizing your presentation. Now, it doesn't have to be that way at all. In fact, you could also do another way where you have the last person who spoke to be the person that summarizes the presentation. They could also say, thank you, what we talked about today was blah, 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 blah. And so there's a couple different ways there, either having everybody do it or having one person do it. My recommendation is to get everybody to do it because then that way they're not just kind of like standing in the back and being all awkward and stuff like that. And it also makes it seem a little bit more dynamic because then the audience hasn't been listening to the one person for the entire time. Of course, the important thing about this though is that you'll have to practice this conclusion. You'll have to practice doing this wrapping up so that it's smooth, so everybody remembers that they're the one that is supposed to speak next. You don't want to have the situation where one person has finished talking and the next person is sitting there going, oh, yeah, it's me? Oh, yeah, sorry. Don't want to do that at all because that just looks bad. All right. Hopefully you found that helpful. Let me know if you have any other questions about group presentations, how to end them, what to say in them. Well, I'll tell you something though. What to say in them though is something that I don't usually tell people exactly what to say because I don't know your topic. I don't know your audience. I don't know exactly what I should tell you to say. And also, especially if you're a student or something, I really think it's your responsibility to actually figure that out. Okay, so rant over. Back to what we were talking about before. Let me know if you have any questions or comments about group presentations. I'd be more than happy to make a video to help you guys out. Thank you for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe, and we'll talk to you next time. Bye-bye.